In this video, we're going to have a look at how to calculate uncertainty and how to draw a graph with error bars. Okay, so first of all, when we're calculating uncertainty, you will need this document here. Okay, so you need to come to it, and it's got the instructions right here for calculating uncertainty. So it's a measure of the precision. Remember that becomes important when you present your final report. It is calculated by dividing the range of the data, so that's the maximum minus the minimum, by 2, and then we place error bars on the graph. Okay, so I'll just remove that document. Okay, so here's our data. Here's our trial 1, trial 2, trial 3. There's our time in minutes. We've already calculated the average, and I'll just click on that so you can get a reminder of how to calculate the average, and then a reminder of how to calculate these values. Okay, but it is this data that goes on the x-axis. No, sorry, first we'll calculate the uncertainty. Okay, so we need this to create error bars. So you put equals, then you put max. So we're looking for the max score of these 3 trials. Then we subtract the min of those 3 again. Okay, and then we need to make sure we've got brackets in the right spot, because we need to divide all of that formula by 2. Press enter. Okay, now that's great, that's worked out well, and then just pull that down. So hopefully you saw how I did that. Okay, so highlight that cell you want to pull down, and then see that little green dot there? Put your cursor on it, it'll change black, click, pull down. Okay, and then release, and it'll do that calculating for you. Okay, now let's draw our graph. Okay, so we highlight our values that are going on the x-axis, press and hold, control if you're on a PC, command if you're on a Mac. Then it's the average we're going to graph it against, so the average goes onto the y-axis. Okay, insert, and then you're going to select scatter plot, XY scatter. And the best one to select is probably this one here, okay, because it is a curve that we're looking at. There we go, there's our data graph. That looks like a good graph. Okay, now I'm just going to swap to another one to show you what the finished product should look like. Okay, so there's one that we did for the 0.5 molar, and you can see we've got the error bars going up there, and eventually put R squared and a equation in, okay? But you've got to put headings and you've got to put labels as well. So just in the interest of saving time here, I won't do the titles and the labels, but you can do everything through add chart element up here. Okay, now if you're on a PC, you will have a little pull down menu round about here, and you can do much of this through there. But I'm on a Mac and I need to go through here. So I'm going to do error bars. So we go error bars. Now there are various ones here, but that's probably for older grades, okay, higher level maths. So we're going to go more error bar options. Okay, and we'll get open up here, format error bars. Now we don't need the horizontal ones. We can get rid of them. So just click on them, press delete. And you might be able to see that our dots start to look a bit square. That's because there's some lines around them that look like the horizontal ones that I just removed. Okay, so we want to get our error bars back up. Okay, I'll have to go add chart element, error bars, more error bar options. And here we are, format error bars. Okay, now in this one, there's a couple of things you can do. So you can change the width. So you might just watch, if I make it 3 point, you see my bar's got a little bit fatter there. But that's not what we really want. That's just, you know, making it look good, aesthetics. So you've got a few things you can change in here. I need to go to this one. Okay, now we want our direction to be both above and below. Okay, Now, we don't want fixed value, we don't want these ones, we want custom. And the reason why we want custom is that's the values we want there. Okay, now where did it go? Okay, add chart element, error bars, they're a bit fiddly, these ones. Okay, so I want to specify the value that we're going to use. Okay, that'll bring up a table like this. So click here, and then click on all our values like that. Just press, scroll down. Okay, then click back here, and then do the same thing for the negative ones. Okay, and click back there. Then press OK. Rightio, now let's have a look at our graph now. We'll make him a bit bigger, should have done that before. And now you can see our error bars. So see this one here? That's not as precise as, say, this one up here, okay? Or this one down here. The smaller the error bars, the more precise. Okay, now what we need to do, so we've done the error bars, drawn our graph, calculated the uncertainty. Let's now go to, what we want to do is get our graph up. Okay, so right click and we can add trend line. Okay, so let's start with a linear one. Okay, and you can see that our dotted line there is our trend line. So what I'm going to do is display equation on chart. And that will happen there. I just might move him so he's clear. Now you can also change how big he is. So I'm going to make him quite large so we can see him good. That should happen. Okay. Now the other thing, well, it's this one here. No, where is it? So just right click, add trend line. Okay, so it's displaying the equation on the chart for us. I'm not sure why that's happening. That doesn't usually happen. Okay, maybe we'll have to change that later. Okay, and also display R squared. So you see that R squared value? Now, if that R squared value is exactly 1, means that trend line matches our graph. It's exact there. Okay, just not sure where. Not sure where our format, we'll just go format trend line. Okay, yeah, so what we want to do is get that R squared value as close as possible to R1. Okay, so I'm going to try a different type of graphs. Now, I know your maths hasn't really done these, but it doesn't matter. We can do them. Okay, so if we just move those, oh, that's getting better. Okay, we'll get rid of that one. Just click on him and you should be able to press delete. Okay, and you see this one matches a bit closer. Okay, so let's format trend line again. Okay, we'll try polynomial this time. Oh, that's even closer. Well, let's try order to 3, then 4. You can even go to 5. Right. So you can try power. Moving average isn't appropriate, so don't use it. But there we go, polynomial 5. Okay, so now, like I showed you before, you can go and change, make that larger. But remember also, give it a title. Axes labels down here, and you do those via chart design, add chart element. There's your axis title, there's your chart title, okay? Rightio. So there we go. Now you know how to add error bars. You know how to draw a graph for this rate of reaction. You know how to add the equation, and you know how to add the R squared value. The next thing and the last thing I would do is Control X that, as in cut it, then put it on a new sheet, like that. And there you go. Now, I'm going to delete that but you do have this one to use as a guide. Okay, righto guys. See you later.